Hello, and welcome to Automating Invoice Reporting with UiPath Web Studio. I'm Justin Watkins, student with 1010, and this is for robotic process automation. And I won't go through all the details of this particular page right here. I'll pause, if you can pause the video while you're going through, you can see what the more details were. I'm going to give you the meat and potatoes of this though. So basically the finance team, a business problem is that a finance team is wanting invoices that are by a particular date. So that particular date is September 22nd, 2025. And the manager is only requesting invoices from that date and before it. As it stands right now, everything has to be fully manual as of right now. So people have to open each invoice. They have to copy the invoice number, supplier, due date, and the amount to the spreadsheet along with a purchase description, or just a short note really about what they purchased. So the company wants this automated, and with the automation in here, I followed all of the uh, um, requirements for like the document understanding, the Gen AI content creation. I followed all that. Uh, there's two reasons why I did this video though. One is to help me explain my methods to my madness here, and the second is to explain that I went more into detail with this project than it actually required. So for like the confidence values, which I'll get into that here in a minute with the project, but basically the confidence values for the invoices to be extracted was at, if it's below a zero point 0.7, then it should give you a warning message and saying something in particular of that warning. So um, Google Sheets is involved with this, and I did download the invoice set, so there should be, I believe, 5 or 6 there. I'm going to check on the invoice. Let's see, three. Yep. So there's 6 total, and with that 6 total, again, if the confidence is below a certain parameter, then you get a log that says this requires a manual check. If it's above it, then it passes and it writes itself off into the Google Sheet spreadsheet. And so uh, doing this, uh, this is one I've already ran just a few minutes ago, and so I'll run from it from the top. But basically, this is for each folder file, extract document data, the log message, summarize text, and then the if statement. Now this is where I had to like um, really go in like in a deep design with my parameters um, right here, just because uh, for the condition, I did data invoice number confidence, data total amount confidence, and then data due date value. And so that's set to and, which is all for this for the parameters of that. And then because of that, if it's all basically if it passes that condition, then it writes into the Google Sheets spreadsheet of, hey, I'll put the invoice number in for you. Again, document data for invoice number, document data for supplier, due date, total amount. The only thing that was different was the purchase description. Now, this portion was not a requirement as to write that out into, um, at least from what my understanding was, like I didn't need to do the purchase description here. I decided to anyway, just one to test myself along the way, but two, it seemed better off, and you'll see that here in the spreadsheet here in just a second. So the else statement. So basically, if it did have a low confidence value, um, or if it's not at a particular date, then that also showed. In fact, I might have to add the date here for that message as well. But I'll check that here in just a second. But I did have it send off an email to me as well within that else statement, saying basically, here's a list of invoices that needs reviews. That way, it doesn't just show up on the logs here. It'll actually go to the user direct and say, hey, like this invoice needs to be checked because I can't confirm this information just because the quality of the invoice might be too bad. And so attachments are included on that as well. And then it goes into content generation, and then saying that it's the prompt is basically helping a finance manager understand invoices, looking at the invoice text, and generate very short descriptions of what the company is purchasing. So here is the blank sheet that I have, and then we're going to go ahead and run this, and then this is also going to be my email up top too, and then we'll go ahead and run this and check the results. So bam, run. It's running everything. It's going to take a minute. I'll see if I can maybe speed up that process if I can. Doing video editing possibly, but this shouldn't take more than a second. Since I'll have some time to explain between this anyway. So this first one for ConnectNet, the confidence level is actually 0.89. So it should have passed through the filter. However, the reason why it's saying it requires a low confidence on the voice number, which I figured out just a minute ago, was because the due date is on September 30th. And so since it's past that date and it's past the conditions right here, well, I can't click it while it's running, but since the condition is set for basically September 22nd and below, then it's recognizing that as low confidence, but I need to adjust that just to say date, which I'll do here in a second. And then see if that runs. But I do want to show you the basic form for what, and again, that's not required to show for that for that to show up on, like it'll show up for the logs, which is obviously required. But I mean, as far as like the whole project goes, like I didn't need to send it off to my email, which I'll show you in a second. So this has now auto-populated with all that information. So invoice number, supplier, due date, total amount, purchase description, it's all there. And then when I go to my email, there we go. So here's a list of invoices. So this is the invoice list here. And this is, again, so there's the due date up there, right here, if I'm able to highlight that, yep. And that's why that one didn't pass. The confidence again was high, which is great. It should have just passed on through, but again, because of the condition of the parameter for due dates, it just went to a review. So, and then here is the second one because two of them were caught in that. And then this one, the low confidence value, as you can clearly see, it's hard to tell out, which is why that confidence value was -1, I believe, if I remember right in the result. So that is it. I'm going to tinker on the date and see if I can get that message to pop up with the particular date or not. But it does work though. This workflow automates, and it's really cool to get to use the UI path cloud. Excuse me, the UI path for especially for this project, but the UiPath Web Studio is actually really intuitive. I really enjoy working with it, and I really love just tinkering on it, really. This has been a pretty great project to work with so far. So I still love Zapier, I still love Make, but you know, NAN is cool too, but this is really a program that I'm really excited about. So anyways, that's it. So if you have any comments, go ahead and leave them, and I'll check those soon. Thanks.